Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I would like to wish everybody who is watching a happy Labor Day. Ever since I could remember, the Jerry Lewis Muscular Dystrophy Association's single quote S or M. The A for short, Labor Day Telethon was on television, and it always made me angry as well as many in the wider disability community. It is pointless, a day set aside for workers, and you are giving your hard-earned money to a charity for what? Research, or to buy a wheelchair for a girl or a boy, especially when there are other funding sources out there such as Medicaid. Adapting other disability rights organizations dislike him. D. A. Because they take the pity approach. M. D. A. Describe wheelchairs and other mobility aids as quote-unquote traps, and give children false hope of being their unattainable idea of normal. I have to wonder, how can a wheelchair, especially a power chair, be seen as a so-called trap? A power chair gives a person who has difficulty working independence that walking would limit them. Normalcy is an unattainable ideal for anybody. We all are different and unique. We should celebrate our differences with pride. They used to parade these kids with muscular dystrophy as if they were show dogs to get people to call in and donate to medical research. They used tape segments to make people feel sorry for them, saying that someday they will walk, which, if you ask me, is a stupid concept. I do not think I would have known that I was gay unless a guy tossed me over his shoulder and carried me out to his Mustang. It still gives me butterflies in my stomach when I think about that experience. If I would have born, as they say, normal, I would not have had that wonderful experience. Jerry put on this phony persona of loving and compassion in front of the camera, but once the lights go off, he is mean, and this was even confirmed by one of my friends who was on the show. While I support medical research, I also caution that some does not want a cure. Some are proud of who they are, and it is the same for me. The actor Christopher Reeves, after his accident that left him a quadriplegic, never truly accepted his disability and lived out his days with very little happiness. Every power chair that has been bought for me through Medicaid has been custom-sized for me, or Mom has Frankensteined it, using parts from old chairs. Yes, I use donated chairs through the local Center for Independent Living, but in my state, you can get a new chair every 5 years. True, it is a process, having to get evaluated by a physical therapist. Waiting for the approval by the insurance takes a while, but every chair, except for two, was custom made. When I wore leg braces, it was to ensure that my feet grew normal because my feet grew inward, never so that I could walk without support. Even my doctor at Shriners Hospital in Oak Park told me I would never walk, but that is okay, as long as I could prove it transfer. He was not too concerned about doing the tendon release operation. I never had multiple operations back to back except for getting my teeth fixed, which is my own fault. Now, I have no issue with giving money to worthy organizations that would advance and promote the human dignity of all. In fact, I am willing to help out an organization if it advances the cause of civil and human rights both here at home and around the world or a children's hospital. However, I get so angry when television shows degrade the value of anybody, then request a donation, or worse, tell parents their kid is not good enough because of who they are or who they love, when they do not even know them. All kids are worthy. Every child on this earth is worthy, period. One of the serious issues that I have with the quote pro-life movement is that the majority of them cannot or refuse to accept the child if they have a disability or if they are LGBT and fight for their basic rights. This is why I would never speak at or even attend a Walk for Life rally. I was raised in the social model of disability where I was taught that I was normal, and the rest of society must accept me for who I am. On Wednesday, September 3rd, 2003, 2 days after Labor Day, ADAPT started their historic 144-mile march from Philadelphia to Washington, D.C., proving that people with disabilities can do the impossible and cross 3 states. It was to call attention for the need to pass the Medicaid Community Attendance Services and Support Act, MCASA. People were just shocked that people with severe disabilities were marching to D.C. with the Barn Lice Bucket Challenge. Filming yourself dumping a bucket of ice water over your head and posting it on the internet raised so much money that they rolled back and even ended the telethon. death of the MDA Telethon was a welcome relief for people with disabilities. Labor Day is a day we should be able to celebrate without being asked to give money to a charity. After all, the original intent of this federal holiday was to honor workers and labor unions. If you feel the urge to give money, make sure you do your research and make sure your money is actually going where they say. Please give this video a like and hit the subscribe button if you have not done so already. I will see you soon.